Okay, stop. All right, so teaching novice trick. Teaching, let's do leave it. Well, first of all, you know what? I did go over sit. Hey! Sit. So, Dylan already knows this, but when I always start with the puppies at 7 or 8 weeks, you know, because I always get them following the food. But to get a dog to sit without using any force, a lot of times all you gotta do is stick the treat right in front of their nose, put it up, and it pushes their butt down. Stand, stand, stand. Yes, good boy. Put the treat right at their nose, not too high, and then pull it back, and it puts them right into a sit. So this works on 90% of the dogs. Once in a while you'll do that and the dog will just keep backing up and his butt won't go down, and then you got to help him a little bit. But I always try to teach my dogs, come here, how to sit without touching them, you know. So sit, just like that. Like I say, it works really well when they're little. But let's work on leave it. So that was sit. Come here. Come here, Dylan. Sit. 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 Yes. Okay, so for leave it, there's two different ways you can teach it. You can either teach it where you put it in your hand, and he knows you got it in your hand, and you have nothing in this hand. And so when he looks away from it, you say, leave it, leave it. Dylan. Yes. And when he looks away from it, that's when you give him a treat. Leave it. Leave it. Yes, good boy. And some people will use an open hand and close their hand when they go to try to get it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Yes. That's kind of counter conditioning too. So that's one way people teach it, is they'll have the treats in the hand, they'll show him it, and they'll tell him to leave it. When he takes his focus off that hand, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Over here. Leave it. Leave it. Yes, good boy. I don't do it that way. I guess because I'm old school and I learned a long time ago to do it a different way. But to me, I think it kind of confuses the dog, especially since I like to play which hand holds the treat. Come here. Sit. Good boy. What I do is I'll put the treats like right here, and I'll say leave it. That's my sign. Leave it. Good boy. Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on, Dylan. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. And no matter what, do not let him get that treat. Leave it. Okay. Yes. Good boy. That is a good boy. Like I say, no matter what, do not let him get that treat, even if you got to put your hand over it. Sit. Yes, good boy. Leave it. That is a good boy. And my release is okay. Yes, good boy. They usually catch on to that really quick too. And I use a low value treat to do this. I don't use a hot dog or cheese. I actually am using his food. So it's low value, so he's not overexcited to get it, right? Because we don't want to set him up to fail. We want to set him up to succeed. So low value treat, leave it. Good boy, that's a good leave it. Okay, yes, good boy. So that's how we teach leave it. Okay, so let's do, I kind of went over drop it a little bit with the fetch video. But you just get them, bring it in. Get it. Yes. Good boy. Drop it. Yes. Good boy. And this is just a way to do it with a treat. Bring it here. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. He's laying on the couch. Come on, Dylan. Bring it here. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on. Come on, Dylan. Hey, come here. Dylan. Silly. Come on. Okay, so we'll do a little bit for this one. Yes, good boy. Get it. Good boy. Drop it. Yeah. Get it. Oh, if he sees I got the treat, he's going to have the treat than the ball. Good boy. Come here. Drop it. Yeah. Hey, hey. So drop it's pretty easy too. And he's on the couch laying with the ball again. You guys, good boy. Good boy. So drop it's pretty easy too. So that was leave it, drop it. Okay, how about, shh. I have to remember which tricks we already did. Okay, touch hand or target stick. So I just seen my target stick. Here it is. Okay. So as you notice, I don't have my clicker. I should have because he's clicker trained. Jake. All right, watch out. Okay. So come here. Sit. Yeah. So to touch hand, really easy. Actually, we'll take them off the table. To touch hands, really easy to get them to do that. All you got to do is take a treat, stick it in between your fingers, and then tell them to touch. Yes, good boy. Give them the treat. Stick it in between these fingers, tell them to touch. Come here. And actually, when I do tell them to teach them to touch with their nose, I usually call it nose, and then touch I use for their paw. Come here. Yes, nose. Yes, good boy. And then I confuse myself a lot. So let's move this. We don't really need this. All right, good boy. And then you just move it around a lot. So after you do a couple times with the treats between your fingers, then they get they understand they're supposed to touch with their nose. Then it's just nose. Yes. Good boy. Nose. Yes. Good boy. And you move it all around. Nose. Yes. Good boy. And he's laying down. He's so silly. Nose. Yes. Good boy. And I'm just looking for him to touch my hand anywhere with his nose. Nose. Yes. Good boy. Nose. Yes, good boy. Nose. Yes, good boy. You are such a good boy. And you can call it anything, any trick you want, anything you want. You just got to be consistent on it. And we do so much sometimes I get confused. Nose. Yes, good boy. Nose. Yes, good boy. Make sure you go back and forth between hands so they don't, get used to it always being one hand. Okay? So that's pretty simple. That's a pretty easy one. Let's do crawl since he keeps laying down for me. So you're going to put him on a down. Yes, and I'm going to give him a couple treats. Then all we're going to do is we're going to drag the treat. Come here. Yes, good boy. Just a couple little steps, and we're going to treat. Crawl. Yes, good boy. And before you do crawl, you want to make sure that they're pretty good at their downs. Now, if you get a dog that continually wants to stand up, instead of crawl, all you got to do is put your hand so they don't lift their butt. Good boy. Yes. Okay, come here. Down. Yes. Good boy, Dylan. You are such a good boy.